you play at night. I stayed awake when you were breaking and held your world until daylight. I listened when nobody listened. I caught the tears you tried to hide. I gave you every part you needed, but never reached the heart inside. I was a shelter from the rain, the hands that carried all your pain. But every time I called it love, you turned away and said nothing. I was everything but the one you loved, close enough to hold, never close enough. I was your comfort, I was your home. Still somehow I felt alone. I gave you everything I had, made excuses when you made me sad. We shared a bed, but not a heart. Together while we fell apart, I was everything, everything but the one you love. I wore a smile across the silence, pretending we were still okay. You kissed my cheek without emotion and watched my hope just fade away. I kept on shrinking all my wishes, so there was room enough for yours. I stood beside you like a shadow while someone else lived in your thoughts. You called my name when you felt weak, but never heard the words I couldn't speak. I begged your eyes to look at me, not through me like a memory. I was everything but the one you loved, close enough to hold, never close enough. I was your comfort, I was your home. Still somehow I felt alone. I gave you everything I had, made excuses when you made me sad. We shared a bed, but not a heart. Together while we fell apart, I was everything, everything but the one you loved. Right beside you, still abandoned in your arms, but never chosen. You kept my body in your life while leaving my heart outside. The crew's kinda lonely feeling, it's lying next to someone cold, to hear them breathing in the darkness, but have no hand you can truly hold. I waited for a change that never came, to save what we had lost. I paid for love with all my pieces. You never even knew the cost. Maybe I was too forgiving, maybe I stayed far too long. I confused your need for love and thought your silence was a song. But love should never make you wonder why you're begging to be seen. Love should never leave you crying beside someone in your dreams. So tonight I'll stop pretending, stop defending what you do. I would rather leave with nothing than lose myself staying with you. I was everything but the one you loved, always giving, never enough. I was your comfort, I was your home, but I won't keep dying alone. I gave you everything I had, even smiled when you made me sad. We shared a bed, but not a heart. Now I'm strong enough to part. I was everything, everything but the one you love. Now I'll become everything I stayed beside you while you lost me. I broke without making a sound. You may never know my value, but I'm finally walking out. I was everything you needed, just not the one you chose to love. And losing you may hurt tonight, but losing me has hurt enough.